Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another installment of Gringotts Wizarding Bank by Lego Harry Potter. This is set number 76417, contains 4,803 bricks, retails for $429.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. And remember, in the last installment, we finally have reached bag 12, and we finished up that big base for it, and we did that bone dragon thing, which is this right here. And this thing on top. What remains? The bank itself. So here we got a 32 by 32 stud base plate. We got bag 13, and this is what we'll be working on right here. I think this is what's going to cover in this manual. So my objective is, I'm thinking about doing bags 13, 14, 15, 16. Because remember, I have 31, I want to correct an offset here. So I'm going to do 13 through 16, and I'm going to do 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 in later installments. So I'm thinking of in the next one, we'll just do 17, 18, 19, and then I think this will wrap up this manual. So, without further ado, let's get going. And I have a feeling this is going to be an open back build. So this is not going to be something we can directly drop into City. And I already have bag 13 here. I got my stickers. We haven't really been hitting a whole lot of stickers in the build. Now, we're almost halfway done with this set. So, I noticed the bags have been averaging about 30 to 35 minutes a piece. So I have a feeling this episode is probably going to be about 2 hours. Okay. And let's begin. So now we're in booklet 3, and we got to put some minifigures together. Boy, that must be a new type of torso. Okay, now here it is right here. Well, we're going to have to unbag everything before we can even build it. But what we're going to do, we got 2 minifigures we have to build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set the minifigure stuff off to the side. And then we are going to put everything together at the end. Now, here's the deal. I found that white piece that went to that bone dragon thing. So it was on the floor buried under a bunch of cords and wires. That's why I couldn't find it. So that's where it rolled off to. So I put it on the dragon already. And yeah, okay, so we're going to worry about all the figures later. And let's begin. So we're going to put this stuff up here. I got it on the turntable this time, just because it's a little easier to manage here. Okay, so let's build it. Let's get started. And it's almost like we're missing a piece here. I can't see what's on the other side. I think it's one of these 1x3 jumper plates. Yeah, so I have been plugging away at this building guide that I've been working on. It's not hard, it's just lengthy in terms of trying to get the steps in order in the way I want to do them. And this is a build that I'm going to be doing in, I think it's the last Friday of September, so I have some time to get this manual done, but I'm trying to see if I can get that one going so I can start working on the Michael Myers house. So I'm always going to be working on building guides, pretty much. Remember, I want to back the whole channel up for building guides, except for like the campgrounds and stuff, but that's what I'll be focusing on here. Okay, we're slowly finding heads here and stuff. But yeah, so far this set I've been having mixed emotions about. It's the colors that are kind of bland, and we're still messing with the same colors that we have throughout the whole build. So your guess is as good as mine. We're actually going to start getting to the colorful stuff. Okay. And then we got to put 7 1x2 tiles over there. There's really no way for me to speed through these. So if you're looking for a fast build, you're probably on the wrong channel. Well, here's an arm. see us slowly find the parts. We're gonna piece this figure together eventually. Well, here's another head here, and I found a torso. You know, we're slowly kind of parting that all together. Oh, here's a wig. Looks like it's one of those K-pop wigs. Oh, okay, well, we found that, I think. I have one of those in lime green. I'm like, oh man, if I can only find that in medium nougat. Different transitions of J throughout his years. But anyways, you know, the set so far, though, has been keeping my interest. Let me just slide this over here closer to me. I'm not pressing on this end here anyways. All right. And yeah, they kind of just really throw in the parts in this manual. You're going to have to really just read carefully. You're not going to be able to... This is not a book that you're going to be able to breeze through, so just to forewarn you that this is not meant for you to just, oh, I can get it done in 5 minutes. Just take your time. Yeah, I got my Dage work done, and this is a bedside build right now, so I'm gonna see if I can get this thing done to a point so I can start a... I want to finish up this building guide, and oh, and today's the 18th. That reminds me, I got a build that's pretty much due that I got to get on to when I get done with this. But I'm going to try to get... This thing will probably be done probably by Tuesday or Wednesday. I won't have it published until I'm allowed to publish it, but it gives me time. The only problem is I got another large set to do after this, so it's not like I can just hurry up and get them done. Oh yikes! We got more tiles to put in here. All right, well let's get going here. Let's you know, I was doing a tutorial that uses this same color of tile. And I thought, man, why did I even use this color to begin with? You know, and well, I did. We're doing the subway tile type deal here, and so we have 3 tiles here, and then we have a jumper plate. I'm going to pull all these out until I find it. There we go, I found 2 jumper plates. Reason why I pulled it out, because I'm going to have to put these here. So these steps have several parts. You're not going to, remember at the beginning we were putting 1 or 2 pieces in, but now they're kind of, it's like we're going to play catch up here, and that is not supposed to be there. So now I got to track down a brick separator. That's supposed to be a jumper plate there. Jay, I could have had that done by now. Yeah. I had somebody on my channel tell me that I build slow. They could have done it faster. I said, okay, I'll guarantee you could probably build it faster than me, but are you going to have the better quality work? Never got a response back. I don't know what the deal with that was. Like, you're not going to be able to build it fast and have good quality. Quality versus quantity. You see a lot of the big YouTubers, they just mass produce Lego content like crazy. And you're like, yeah, but these are tutorials that are like 30, 40 pieces. You know, I'm putting out the bigger stuff. No speed builds, no cheating. I tell you why I'm putting the parts there. A lot of the adults actually like that better, I noticed. Okay, I found some legs. I know the, ooh. You know, hold on, I'm gonna see which legs go to that torso. Okay, the legs go, these legs go to this torso here. All right. I'm putting the tiles upside down because I don't want them getting stuck to the base plate. And plus I know these are tiles now because I picked them up and I know there's nothing on the back side of them. Just a regular piece. Put them on here and may get stuck on it and I have to track down that brick separator to deal with it. Maybe found the other arm. In fact, I can start attaching the arms on that now, huh? There we go, we got one arm on there. The one arm torso. Alright, let's see here. And you know what I noticed I'm doing? I'm actually reading I'm reading the step ahead here. Alright, let me just not do that here. Okay, this is here. And let's put that right there. And then right on this plate here, it's 6 of these. I don't have any interesting stories to tell right now. Well, maybe one. Nothing too exciting though, just maybe it's not nothing exciting, never mind. It's like, yeah, it's work-related stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. Alright, now I'm on step 4 in this book. And we're going to see if we can get this done here. Now, I've done this before where I've used these corner tiles, and they were pretty good for doing anchor stuff, too. And there's actually a corner brick here. Well, that's another color we haven't seen, is that color in a while. It's like this thing's meant to be modular, like you can plug in these things. Maybe it's meant to buy 4 of these and you could just massively build this thing. I hate to think it's going to be an incomplete set and I have to give it a 0. All that work and fail it? We don't know yet. I haven't looked at it. I want to make sure here. The build experience is pretty good, but I'm sure that will change. I just don't want to be I don't want to be known as the Lego connoisseur that fails everything. And that's it for that page. Or step 5. Alrighty. Oh man, you think that's bad? We're keep adding tiles to this, huh? No, we're not gonna add tiles. This whole base plate's gonna probably be all caked with parts. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tip this down just a bit there. We're gonna be working right here. I'm putting these plates in now because it's just easier to outline where I'm going to be building at. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm going to just say I'm going to do 4 bags, and then after that I got my offset correct. And then what I'll do is then we can just focus on it. I just want it to be 10 easy installments. You know, it'd be a lot easier doing it that way. I sure got the subway pattern tiles. Okay, I found more of those jumper plates. Wait, we don't want to put that there because that needs to be next. You notice these are all lined up here. Maybe something's going to connect there. They also use them for minifigures to attach to the floor too. All right, and then we got more here. Boy, that does not want to go in. I could not press that in. All right. Yeah, you notice how I'm just outlining things here. All right. Yeah, I've started cleaning off the other memory card a little bit. Yeah, so bag 13 is mostly tiles. Fan yellow tiles. That's all you're working on here, and I think that's it. Looks just like the picture. Alright, we're not done yet. We got a lot more tiles in here. We're just slowly worming our way over here. We just stopped here, and we got to put another one here. I found another set of legs, so we know where this goes. Almost looks like my lab coat when I'm working in the field. Yeah, I do own a lab coat. Yeah, somebody says, Jay, you've got one of those nerdy guys, you know. Do you have a lab coat? I'm like, yep. Yeah, that's how it is. It's just, what's the purpose of a lab coat? To keep your street clothes from getting dirty and soiled and stuff like that. Alrighty, we've made it that far, and there's a jumper plate that goes here. Alright. You know, all this time, and we've only went up a brick high right over there. And it's kind of crazy, huh? So I don't know what's with all the studs on here. We'll find out eventually. This is how a lot of, you know, when I build my, remember my big giant McDonald's with all the studs, right? And it doesn't make any sense until you start working on the rough building guide, and I was like, man, I have a lot of studs on the floor. It's like you look at it thinking, did I really anchor that much stuff down to the floor? And indeed I did. Okay, now we got to start over here, and then we're going to have to start building up. Looks like a cobblestone path. You know, usually in England they have a lot of the cobblestone. Out here it doesn't really exist. Everything's just asphalt. And then they use a bunch of these half round tiles, and they show them crooked like that. I'll show you. Look at that. They're crooked on the manual right there. So they're meant to look like rough cobble. With little potholes. There's somebody who moved to Europe, went to what is it, Manchester or something like that, I can't remember. He had his truck imported over there. He said it's impossible to drive it on the streets over there. He goes, their streets are meant for compact cars. So this truck is just used for country driving, and I was like, you know, even I would have told you that. Over there in the European country, you know, they everything's small. It's not like out here everybody drives big SUVs and gas guzzlers, you know. I'm sure they have smaller pickups there, but not what we're used to. At least they're using these like cobble, which is kind of cool actually. Here is where you're gonna really gotta be careful because you may mess up. So I'm checking my work every so often because I don't want to mess up and have to redo this twice. Once is enough. So, you know. We got plenty of tiles, so we know we're going to be cobbling probably over here. And swear these mosquitoes and bugs and stuff. Oh yes, I was watching the nightly news and they say we're gonna have a heck of a storm out here. So I look, we may be getting 2 to 3 inches of rain out here in one day, which is not really heard of. So I don't know, I better be building me a boat. At least Lego floats, I think it does, but no, I gotta, we may be having high winds and stuff too, so I gotta go up and check the tiles and make sure nothing's gonna be loose. I think we got everything here. Alright, just kind of looks kind of junky, but yep, we're supposed to work here. Alright. So yeah, bag 13 is just, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's a lot. Okay, we're going to start over here. Alrighty. I did get asked how much am I going to sell the Michael Myers house build for. I don't know. Probably $10. That's a lot of work. I won't really know until the final build. The more people who request it, the cheaper is. Originally it was supposed to be about $20, $25, but you know, like I said, the more people who are interested in it, the cheaper it gets. I'm only worried about recouping my loss for one manual, not for a bunch. Kind of in the mood to watch a movie tonight, and I looked online, I couldn't find anything to watch. And out here, they got the stupid writer's strike, and then the actors and actresses strike, and they're worrying about AI and stuff, and AI, they're worrying about somebody cloning their face. Well, we're still light years away from that right now, you know. You try to import somebody AI into like a video game, it's not going to look like the person. Let me pop that. I don't like the way that looks. And of course, you never can find a brick separator, and here's one. And you can see why it's like, man, that's going in there too straight. Why does theirs look crooked and mine doesn't? But I'm just like, oh, these guys need to stop going on strike for silly things. Next thing they're going to tell us we got to go back to the old-fashioned typewriter days. Well, Jay, they're going to, you got to be careful. They may take your job too. Well, it takes a computer programmer to write an AI thing. I've written up a few AI applications, and well, it's not something I'd like to deal with every day. Alright, so we have a few extra pieces left. One more of these. So I'm going to check my picture here. Oh, there's supposed to be one right here. So, except for the umbrella, that goes to the minifigure. And we have one coin here, so I'm assuming this is probably hold on to somebody right here too. So I'm going to hold on to the coin. This is what we have remaining. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to, let me get a bookmark here. And then we're going to go back and do the minifigures. Yes, so let's get going here. We got to take the one-armed torso. Is that Harry Potter? Hard to say who that is, because I can't tell. I think it might be. I mean, he doesn't have a magic wand. Well, that doesn't obviously work on him, huh? We don't want that on there. Yeah, I think this is Harry Potter. I always thought he was kind of like a nerd, but then again, he knows something I don't know, is wizardry. I think that's what they call it. I think Wicca's for girls and wizardry is for boys. I can't remember. Matter of fact. Oh yeah, that's really squeaky, huh? Enjoy your Harry Potter books, kids. They may be banned one day. Why? Because you got to use your imagination. Yeah, I wish that coat was white. Well, somebody obviously needs to get a haircut, huh? At least it ain't me this time. And that's it. So bag 13 does these two minifigures here and tiling for the bank. So foundation and tiling. And let me get back to that area here. Alright, so here we got bag 14. And I crunched the numbers, and each bag has about 150 bricks. I think 153, 154 average. That's not bad. It's the little stuff that drags it out. Just use some basic math. Math is important, guys and gals. I know some people hate it, but it's very important. You need to know it. Okay, well, we're not done with tiling yet because we're going to be working in this corner here. Okay. So, let's get going. This must be the door or something. I'm hoping this is a complete self-contained model you can just drop right on in your city. I doubt it's going to be, but we only can hope. Because I do slowly ding off for those too. Not much. So far, I would say this thing is kind of like a collaborative build. I'm looking for isolated pieces. Like this right here is not isolated because bag 14 relies on bag 13. Push that down there. I can't wait to get done with the tiling. So I guess bag 14 is tiling part 2, but there's a little more bricks in this one. Okay, there's a 2x2 plate that goes in this little hole here. And let's see. I gotta find something small to stick in there. Get that plugged right up in there. And yes, if you look at your manual, if you're watching, you're building along, you gotta put gold in here too. I know some people watch these before they even buy the set to kind of know what the build is about. And hey, you know what? That's cool. I'm missing a 1x2 plate. Just something basic, you know. Don't even have it in here. I can't even pick it up. Alright, and then step 11 is more stuff. Yeah, this thing's kind of noisy, but I have a feeling we are going to need to use the turntable eventually. Now, there's a piece that fits right in here. So I'm just slowly piecing things together. It's a cool piece of tile. I'll have to show you when I get to it. First, I gotta find all the small stuff here. This is the cool tile here we're talking about. It's meant to go around these things like this. And this is a tile that I've been looking for years, and Lego just finally brought it out, and I'm like, yeah, finally. Because now you can do some crazy stuff with your floor tiles. So now you don't have to stick with solid, sharp corners. Now you can do whatever you want. Okay, I need a corner tile that fits here, an angular half-cut tile. And white on white is not really helping me out much, is it? Let's start pulling out all the regular white ones. You know, if you can't find it, just start pulling out anything until you find it. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one that's diagonally cut. It's a corner tile, but it's not a wedge tile. There's another one of those weird tiles there. So I'm just going to pull out everything in here that's white, flip it upside down until I can find it. Okay, I found it. It goes right there. So each step here is pretty brutal. I mean, there's just a lot of parts. We haven't even put really any bricks in yet. And then we have more stuff to put here, right in this area. Looks like a rainbow, but it's not. Maybe I should have spoiled it for you, huh? I should just tell you it's a colorful rainbow. Nothing's colorful in this set. I wish Lego would bring this piece out in tile form. I really do. Will they? Probably not. But we can only wish, right? We can only hope. So it looks like this right here, we're just messing with this area here. And then the interior of this is full of tiles. All right, step 13. Well, we got to repeat the same pattern again over here now. Boy, that's looked pretty cool if they just had these tiled here. It would be cool for... It's like a fancy lobby, like a... what you'd see in a bank. Well, it's a bank, obviously, but yeah. I mean, they have this type of tile here, but I mean, that hole there just, you know, it's, you know, we're just going to have to live with it, huh? Okay. Looking for one of those half round ones in here. You know, one of the biggest fears is getting arthritis and not being able to do this, you know, working with Lego. A few buddies that their hands have already been consumed with it. And we don't have any more of those little tan ones. I just need one more. That's not a common part I have around here, so if I lose it, then that's just it. I'll start putting all the other stuff in and start cleaning it up here. I'm missing this one piece here. Also check inside your bricks too, because that stuff could roll in there. I don't see it. Well, if I'm not, I'm hoping I have a replacement. Or check the bags, or check the floor. Oh, it's right up here. Silly me, it was right there in front of my face that whole time. That's pretty cool. I just wish that this was all kind of, oh, those were tiles. And then we're going to be doing more here. So it looks like somebody couldn't control their liquids here. Put that there. What's the point of having the gold on the floor for? Encourage people to steal the floor? Take the tiles off the floor? You know, that reminds me of Hearst Castle. If anybody's ever been, it's like coast of Central California. And then you go in there, they have an indoor pool that's just completely gold leafed. You ever take, I can't remember what tour it was. Of course, you see the outside pool. But the inside pool it's an indoor pool, and all the tile in there has gold leaves. It's like, wow, you know, cool. Wait a minute. All right. I was looking at that, I'm thinking, no, I made a mistake there. So I got another brick zipper. I found it just for some reason. This goes here. I remember when my parents took me on a trip to Hearst Castle. I thought that was the most amazing thing to see. I also got to saw the Winchester house too one year. I know some have asked me to build the Winchester house in Lego, and I'm thinking, you don't understand, that house was so massive. I mean, micro scale maybe, but minifigure scaled, you're talking lots of work there just to do that. I mean, it would be something to include all the hidden rooms and the stairways that go to the ceiling and all that stuff. Wait a minute. Okay, making mistakes there. Yeah, if you're going to mess up, tiling is probably about where you're going to start doing it. I don't think anybody can build a Lego set without using a brick separator. All right. You know, so when we get further in, we don't need that right now. It looks like we can attach things to this. So maybe there's stuff that we're hanging off this. Wait a minute, before I do something silly, that's supposed to be there, because we got 6 studs from the edge here. And then these plates go in here. I mean, so far I'm already in 2 bags. And we're still a brick high. Almost spent almost an hour on this thing, and I haven't even gotten high yet on this. This is about as close as we're getting right now. We haven't done a whole lot on this step. But like I said, when you build one of my manuals, it's the same thing. We focus on the floor first. That's the first thing. And usually, like the tutorial I'm editing right now has a floor. And I swear, the floor just takes forever. Because you screw up on the floor, the whole project, the tutorial, whatever you're working on, everything will be thrown off if you're not careful. That's a good little tidbit I can give you advice on right there. Just be careful on the floor, because the floor will actually get you. I mean, the floor will literally cream you if you're not careful. Yeah, I remember I was talking about it maybe a month or two ago about getting my amateur radio license, and I've been kind of reading up on the tests, but I never really have thought about getting that yet. Kind of a fun thing to do. And you have a 4x8 hole here that we're going to fill in. All right. This is something I despise, a no-no right here. You notice how we're working inside of an opening here, putting tiling in? Don't ever paint yourself into a corner without a way out. I always like to kind of work my way over to one end. You make a mistake and you have to change some stuff, you're going to have to rip all that out. Why Lego does it, I don't know. I mean, I understand this is an 18 plus set, but it would not make any sense otherwise. Hate to think all that's going to get covered up. I'm going to put a piece in there. And that's it for that little area. We're almost done with bag. I'm glad now I'm going to do 2 of these in one time, because that would be a lot of stuff to do. Okay, let's put this here now. Now we're on step 18 in the book. Okay, a couple of these go here. Yeah, that's right. This must be the entry point into the bank. Maybe this right here. This is probably just some tiling, and here's part of a road or the street. Wow, this is something you rarely ever see in a modern set these days. A red 2x4 brick. I mean, you don't see those very often anymore. For bricks, for that matter, you know. Like the stuff I build is all oddball colors, because that's the stuff that I never had when I was a kid. So I build with all the oddball stuff. Like this whole set is oddball. I think that red just sticks out. I think the red and the white are probably the only things that were in here. And the black. And I think that takes care of that section there. All right. One of these type of bricks. And let's start placing stuff down here. We're just about done, you know. I mean, we're getting there. This step was really light here. You didn't have to do a whole lot. Uh-oh. That. Okay, be careful here. If I were you, I'd start here on this side, because there's actually a stud here. I looked at the manual, I could barely see it, and I'll show you. I thought that brick sit right up against that edge. No, it's right there. It's one stud reveal. And I think that's it for bag 14 because I didn't have a whole lot. Usually they count that as a spare piece. That's hard to lose. And yeah, I think that's it. All right. Bag 15. Looks like this has got some moderately sized parts with little bags inside. Let's pull those out right now. Okay. Let's unbox this anyways. You're going to need these just as much. Usually by the first 2 or 3 steps, you've already had to open up them all anyways. Look at all the cool gold in there. Oh, that piece is printed above my thumb. I see some nice little parts in this set. Not a lot, but it's enough to do some cool stuff with. Okay, so now step 20, and we are actually building up the second level now. We took 2 bags, but there we go. We're back over here, and got to build a little sub-step here. Let's worry about the big stuff first. See, that little stuff just gets kind of just hitchhikes on there, and then you have to dig it out. I don't know how many of you guys and gals are going to get this set. So far it's not a bad build, it's just, it's different than what I would normally build. There we go. And then we need a couple of these here. Of course I got to find 2 of these. I'm just going to build them right on here. Well, maybe I'll have to use 2 hands for this one. You can pearl gold 1x1 plates. And this goes right here. Maybe it's a seat or something, like a little bench that you can sit on. And that looks like that's it for that one. All right. Anything there or no? Not yet. All right. All right, let's see what step 22 is. Well, there's some blue there. That's unusual. I like these little transparent clear tiles that are kind of rounded like that. Pretty cool. And this goes right here. Huh. Could be a door that goes in there too, and this could be a bathroom, we don't know yet. Kind of an odd thing there. It's Harry Potter, it's probably not meant to make sense. Oh, we're not done with this step yet. You notice we haven't put any stickers on. That's got me kind of worried because, well, that could mean that we're going to have a sticker marathon. Back to mining for white again. Okay. I think we got that step done. And we got a sub-step here, a big one. So let me slide that off to the side here. And pull that out now while it's here. Looking for a 1x3x3 corner plate. I mean, this is a lot of parts to just go through. Like I said, just imagine if I was silly enough and dumped all these out on the floor, just dumped them in a big giant pile. It looks good for doing a brick exploration. For a frame. All right. Yeah, you notice at the beginning of each bag, I'm spending more time rifling through the parts. If you have a big area to work on, I tip my hat off to you. I think I've moved another bin of Lego into the other room, so I'm slowly still trying to thin out my collection in here, and kind of worry about it here. Okay, it goes like that. All right, we got to find another one of those. Lots of rifling. Okay, well, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Every piece we put on is one piece we have to go through. And it goes like this. Okay, don't forget the 1x1 plate that goes in there. It has an arrow, a red arrow that shows you. So, and like a transparent, oh, it's a coin. So you throw a coin in there. And what's that about, huh? Alrighty. Oh, I see a brown frog, a chocolate frog. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to sit down and really watch the Harry Potter series just to kind of talk about something here. Like I said, I've never really seen it, so I can't say it's going to stink or whatever. Okay. No, I'm not done with that yet. It's just, it's hot here. I know they said next week when our big storm comes, the temperatures are going to be low, but the humidity is going to shoot way up. So you know how much fun that's going to be, especially you guys who live in the tropical states or in another part of the world that's got tropical weather. It's like, ugh. All right. So I gotta make two of these little boogers here. Yeah, I'm looking across the room, seeing that building guide, and I'm like, don't worry, I'll get to that eventually. It's like 85% done. But I want to get this done first, and then focus on that other stuff later. Yeah, I think you guys are going to like the tutorial. I can just tell you what the tutorial is for tomorrow, because it's this video won't be released for probably 2 or 3 weeks. It's the little beach dune buggy, a little red one that I built. That was something I've been kind of tinkering around with for the last year or so. And finally had got it to where it's the way I want it. So what did I do? Built it, made a tutorial out of it, got a building guide for it. It is ready to go for you. Right now you've already seen it, and some things I can improve on it in the next round. Just tuck them right behind those rounded bricks. Excuse me, I couldn't hold it in anymore. Okay. That's where that goes, huh? All right. You know, this paint has been on here for a few years, and this thing still sticks on here. I need to rub it with some baby powder or something. Okay, so they use that transparent tile to kind of wrap around the hinge. So I'm just going to tack that in there. And I think this is supposed to lock in right there. It shows it touching this area, and it does suck down in there. So let's take a look here and see. Yeah. There we go. And let me put a 2x3 on top of this area right here. It's all about using your geometry. All right. We have a couple of cheese tiles, quarter round tiles. They're just sitting on the floor here. Let me rotate this thing where it makes sense to me. Okay. And there's one there. Maybe it's meant to represent wet floor or something, so the little kids can run in there and slip on it. So the bank manager can come and tell you, hey, you shouldn't have been running in the house. Or no, you got to stop running in the bank. And we're slowly covering up studs. Some, including myself, like to have everything smooth and fully tiled. We don't want to see studs. But if you want it playable, you're going to have your studs. Not your diamond studs, just your studs. All right, and then there's some stuff here. Okay, I'm assuming it's right here. Yeah, this set here is like, I don't know if it's fully complete or not, but I'm just going to bluntly say it. This is like a mock here. More than anything, this is mock quality, because there's just so many pieces that are going into this right now. And this is what you normally even find in one of my mocks. It's just a lot of detail in here. I found some of these little printed 1x1s, but I need a dark gray one. Okay. Well, this step's pretty easy. There's only 3 pieces. All right. Okay, so we just use this and set these in the middle. Okay, I was wondering what are we putting on there? I think there's going to be something over there too. Okay, now we got another sub-step. See this? I'm going to have to take some baby powder and just rub it on here. So I want to get a sheet of Formica because I don't have to worry about that stuff sticking to this paint. This is just latex. You can't even buy oil-based paint anymore because the kids will eat the lead out of it. So paints don't last too long anymore. And I don't know what this here is. Oh, I found another brick separator. They're all coming out of the woodwork now. Must be something bad's gonna happen. And this goes like this. Alright. Yeah, but this is more like a mock than anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just do the offset now. And then we'll just do bags 13 through 17 in this one and be done with it. Yeah, you just set those in there. They don't connect anything yet. What we're going to do, we're going to make this a little easier. Just do this. Should have had you do that with two little, but now they've already got sub steps. They don't make it any worse. And we're still got plenty of battery life left. Okay, cool. Or memory card space. Alright. We've got some of the claws to trip over the customers who come into the bank. You trip over those, all their money falls out of their pocket, and the bank hurry up and sweeps it up. Throws it in the vault downstairs. Make sure that these are in right because I don't want to have to take that apart. And we're getting there. I got one more left, one more bag after this, and we're getting pretty much to the nitty-gritty here. I kind of pre-pull out the bags before I start the video up just so I kind of know what we're doing here. And this goes there. So I think this sits right in here. Right in that area there. Oh, that's kind of cool. If that does, that fits pretty good. I'm just making sure my landmarks are fine. Okay, let's push it down. I mean, let's take a look here together. I mean, look at that. I mean, I would ever figure that would actually work in there. All those beautiful tiles we had on the bottom are all covered up like those gold ingots. You can't even see those. It's kind of like a waste of ingot tiles in there. Like, why did you even bother putting those in, Lego? It was kind of a waste. I had to use some junk filler bricks for those. We got to make 3 of these. Actually, you got to stack 2x2 plates on top of one another. So if you're gonna be like me and rip this thing apart when you're done reviewing it, yeah, you're gonna have to really get a workout on your fingernails and the brick separator. There's some guys that I know that will leave this stuff permanently displayed. I can't do it. I gotta rip it apart. There's like, I see a lot of good parts that could be harvested for tinkering and building mocks. Okay. I'm not sure what the gold is for in here. Oh, this thing wasn't going in all the way. I'm surprised that didn't break, but the hinge, remember the hinge has got a lock in there. All right. It shows the walls raised up. I don't even think we're raising any walls tonight. We're still only 2 bricks, probably 2 1/3 up. But we're just 2 bricks high. We hadn't even graduated yet. We still got a long ways to go. 1 brick where? Oh, there's a plate that goes here. Okay. Yeah, you need a pearl gold 2x2 plate. Those are something I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. Or jumper plates, or ingot tiles for that matter. I wish they'd make this tile in a 1x1 form. 1x1 variant would be pretty cool. And this just sits in there. Like that. It's like a pile of gold. So that must be a vault or something. Step 55 in book 3. Yay, and I gotta do 2 of these. Fun. And that goes there. Two of these 1x4 plates with the 2 studs here. All right. Okay, so I think this is actually a vault. Or just some kind of place to dump your gold at when you don't want it, huh? Oh, I got extra gold. I'll just dump it in that hole there. That's why there's stairs. It's like the depositing area. You just deposit your gold in there. Yeah, this part of the build's, yeah, it's interesting, but it's a lot of work. All right. Yeah, right there. We got a little hole there, though, but I think that's what its intent was for. Maybe for a hand to reach out and grab you and trip you, so when you're trying to take your gold in there, you just purposely drop it in there and there's no takebacks. I dropped my gold in there and then Mr. Ham waved it and said, so? Oh well, my gold's mine now. This goes right there to fill in that spot. It's like just making one of those. Okay, we got another little excerpt here to read. Let's see here. Looks like you found a chocolate frog. We hear they are only got 1 good jump in them to begin with. Okay, well, where's the frog at? Oh, there he is. Alright, so let's put the coins that we found. We're working in this area now. So it looks like the coin goes here. The frog's going to have 1 good jump. Well, how's that going to happen? I can't even get him to sit down. You know, when my parents had a fish pond when I was a kid. And, oh, he sits back a stud, that's why. And man, the frogs used to love that thing. Especially at night, they'd have the green light on to shine on the waterfall. I remember my dad had to clean it every week or so, or every 2 weeks to clean the algae out of it. I don't know what happened to the fish that were in there. I think we gave them away or something like that. I think to my grandparents, and we had to move. That must be it, because all I have is stragglers. And we got the figures done too. It's not too bad, huh? Alright, we're going to correct our offset. We're going to do bag 16. And this will be the last one we do here for this installment. And we got to put together the policeman. He's got a magic wand, so he doesn't have to touch the handcuffs. He can wave his wand and the handcuffs will self-install. Alright. Now, let's get on to the build. Now, I'm not going to put the police officer together. I guess I could, because there's already half the parts already here. He's only got a single-sided head, unfortunately. Boy, that head flew on there and it won't even come off. Okay. Got that on there. So let's go ahead and put his wand in his hand now. So the policemen here, they use the wands. But if they want to stop you, they'll just turn a tree into a hand and have him pick up the criminal and put him in jail. I wish they had a way to use... You know, they'll just use Wingardium Leviosa, pick them up, throw them somewhere. After all these years, they still make these type of police chief hats. He was pretty easy to put together. We already got him done. Okay, now let's start tiling. You got to do more tiling, guys and gals. There's a lot of tiles in here. I mean, this base plate is pretty much about 90%, 95% covered. You see some remnants of it. But that's going to get a sticker. There's a tan one here. Those are nice, but I don't really ever use those for anything, but they're just nice little panels. I don't mind putting stickers on those. I'm actually missing a tile. Or is it buried in here? There it is. So they have the gold in here under the sidewalk, but how do you even pop that open? It's just barely hanging on unless you're supposed to lift that up, but my goodness, you can't even get that off there. So I guess if you take it apart, you can find the treasures. Alright, we are back over here now. Let me put those up. I don't want those falling behind there. Alright. Working right here now. Doing all the little stuff first, I guess. Oh, yuck. We're going to have stacked 6 of these on top of one another. You know, I have a drawer just full of these 1x2 bricks with the 2 studs, and it's overflowed. I think I bought a few of them a long time ago, and I don't need any more of these. I got plenty of these. It's just kind of crazy. And this goes right here. I'm sure we're going to be facing that off. was some kind of a staircase, but what is that anyways? And then you put this here. I would have just shown these here and just put arrows and dropped that down there. Save manual space. Okay. We got to make a door here. Most likely I'll keep the stickers on those panels. I never really use them, and I can't even get this one off here. It just refuses to release. Ooh, that's kind of cool, huh? Alright, let's stick that on there and get this done real quick. Oh man, these stickers are just so sticky. It's like some kind of old door. Alright. And then we put it in a white frame. And it just sits there. So it's like some kind of fake door. Sometimes I'll see those in those warehouses around in my area. The door's just, it doesn't function. On the other side, it's just completely boarded up. Like just walled over. Some of the houses are out here like that too. They'll have just a faux window. It's sealed up on the inside, so you can't even clean it. So it just kind of looks like they have windows when it's just a bunch of nothing in there, just a bunch of air. Get done with this, I'm probably going to finish up that building guide and proofing a video, and that's where I'm going to stop at. Ooh, that's kind of... We should have made this all in one unit here, because you're going to have to stick some of these jumper plates and just hold underneath there. That's not too friendly there. You push down on that wrong, that's going to come flying off. All right, I gotta make 2 of these. So we saw those windows. And that's sticker number 32. I like the back of it's just kind of crazy. Bigger stickers are always hard for me to put on because I just almost wrecked this one trying to get it on there, and it just completely went like halfway. It moved and shifted to about halfway through the brick. See, I'm fighting it. I may ding off more on the stickers because, well, I've already made my rant on this enough. Try not to get creases in them. These are pretty cool, like right there. Yeah, that's the best as it's gonna get. And we gotta make 2 of those. So we gotta deface 2 bricks real quick here. See if I have better luck putting this one on here this time. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting air bubbles in here like that. I mean, good luck getting that out. So it's just, it is what it is. It should have been, I mean, I don't think they could have reproduced this and printed this with this metallic rainbow thing on there. Okay. Okay. And then you got to make a bunch of these and stick some of the 1x2 white plates on there. So I'm just going to shove the plates on there as I find stuff, just to kind of get it out of the way real quick. And this one goes here. And I think that's left open at the bottom. Well, not anymore. We got to put this plate at the bottom here. And then a tile here. It's like almost it's like an afterthought on some of these steps in here. Okay, right there. Okay. Hope there's not any hard things here. I'm trying to get tired. Yeah, there's no way anybody could put this together or just sit down and build this in one whole sitting without getting up. You can't get up for anything. You can't get up to go to the bathroom. You have to sit here and do it until it's done. And you can't have help. You have to do it all alone. All right, there it is. All right, well, we got to make 5 of these things. So I'll start putting things together here. You get close to the end, it's like, oh, okay, I don't have a lot left. No, we're gonna have you make 5 of something. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll be here for a while. Yeah, I was working on one of my guides. I had to do a bunch of, these are called call-outs. I had to do a bunch of those in this building guide too, and I'm still not done with it yet. I was kind of stumped. One of the things when I'm trying to write up a guide is trying to get things done where there's not that many steps. I don't want to have it to where the manual's really long and you can't put it together. Somebody asked me, do I have any free samples of building guides before they commit to buying anything? I'm like, yeah, I do have a couple, just 2 to 3. There goes the old air condition again. I can't wait till we get our 6 weeks of spring, winter, and spring, fall, or it'd be spring, fall, winter. I don't have to worry about hearing that go off for a while. Okay. So these all get stacked together, and then we set it over here. Goes right here. And after that, you gotta make a small one that goes on the top of that. Like that. And now, this doesn't look too bad. guess I can drop the camera down a little bit, huh? That's much better. Give it, make sure it's really sharp for you. All right. And then we got to stick a bunch of these things on here now to kind of wrap around the corner here to really strengthen this up. I never like these gaps in between here. I understand why they do it, but I don't know, sometimes I just don't like them. I can practically see all the way back up into that where that joint's at. Say, did I forget to see? This is what I'm saying right here. You gotta really be careful. I gotta try to get that in there, really in there pretty good. Just kind of mush it down in there. Make sure everything's kind of feels about the same height. Looks pretty good. There we go. And no, we're not done yet. Got a little more. Got a few more pieces left to do. Okay, that hangs over right there. Gotta be something that goes on that, but well, what goes on there right now, we don't even know. Wait a minute, hold on, I put this, I'm not ready for that yet. This thing is so wiggly right now. This is the type of builds I like to do. I've never got a modular from the Ambassador thing yet to review. Those would be fun to just kind of poke around at. This is probably the next best thing, but you know, I can't complain because I didn't have to buy it, but I have to put it together. But sometimes I like to do the challenging stuff that you can drop into a city. Okay. Wait a minute, we got more of these to put on here. And I think that's it because I only have one by one plate remaining there. And there we go. And yeah, we survived through 4 bags, and that's what we have left. So for my summation of thoughts on this installment, oh, those doors come in black. I hope that's black. Maybe it's dark brown. We don't know until we get there. Stickers. Well, this sheet here is about half done. I haven't really touched that one yet. Neither has this one. So we still got a long ways to go on stickers. And that's it. And so far, this wasn't too bad to build. Matter of fact, I want to take a look at some here. I didn't put up all the figures that went to it. We got the guy with the lab coat, and then, okay, there's only 3 this time. This will be a light thumbnail. And there's the interior. Not sure what's supposed to be here. And yeah, looks like you can walk right through there, but of course there's no door on that side. Just kind of, I think we saw those big doors. I think those big doors are going to go right here, but I'm not sure how you're going to access this. I think this was just, I don't know. I mean, you can't even open this up. So I don't know. And you've got the frog in here, which you can't see. Right here. And for the most part, though, it's not a bad build. It's just strange, you know. It's weird, but I want to know what you guys and gals think so far of the progress. So now we're over halfway done, probably about 55%. And I still got 12 more bags left to do. We're just finished up bag 17, 18, 19, let's see, it'd be 19, 21, 23, 25, 27. Well, you get the idea. Let me think here. So we just got done with 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I don't even know where or maybe I stopped at 16, right? Okay, so let's do that again. Stopped at bag 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 1. 20, 21, 22, that's 2. 3, 4, 5, that's 3. 6, 7, 8 is 4. 9, 30, 31. Okay, so we got 5 more installments left to finish up, and yeah, so he's on the beat right now, checking everything out. The old man with the lab coat with the pink umbrella, and I think that's Harry Potter going to throw the stone at somebody, or maybe he's going to trip and fall in there. I don't know, but tell me what you think. It's pretty interesting so far.